Hey guys, welcome back to another clip of Schach-manuel-lernen. Today we're gonna play relaxing 10 minutes of Puzzle Rush. So I will explain the puzzles that we solved, understandable. So here we have a back rank problem. Normally a pawn is here, but since our knight is guarding this square, we have a checkmate on e1. Then here we have the rook double attacked, just once defended, so we can capture it with a checkmate. Here is like what was showed by the first one, an easy checkmate, back rank checkmate. Here we have a fork with the knight to king and rook, so we will simply win material. Here this rook is guarding these squares, so if we deliver a check here, his only defensive move is with protecting the rook, so we can make a checkmate. Here the pawn on f7 is double attacked, not defended, so when we capture with the queen it's a checkmate. Here basically the same, just with reversed colors. When we play the queen here, it's automatically checkmate. Then here we see we're material down. Again, we're looking for checks, so we can give here a check. The king is forced to go there. Then we can give here a check with the queen. The queen's protected from the rook. And doesn't matter what he do, we can give a checkmate there. So check, check. Okay. Here the pawn is twice attacked, not defended, so we can simply capture it for a checkmate. Here, if we capture the rook immediately, we will lose our rook with a check. That's why we deliver first a check by ourselves. He has to go there, and then we win the rook afterwards. So check, winning rook. Here we have to give a checkmate, otherwise we are checkmated by ourselves. So where do we have checks? Here is one. The rook is guarding this line. So we can put afterwards a checkmate on d7 or e7. Here we have to capture it, and then he can sacrifice knight and queen, but we will just win material at the end. So we can capture there, and now at the end here the knight is hanging. Here white is protecting the pawn. However, we have this opposition of the kings, and with that we always threaten a checkmate. Here we would like to give a check and a checkmate here. Unfortunately, the rook is there, so what we can do is to give first a check here. Then he's forced to step out of the check, and then we can capture the rook with a checkmate. Here we have here a check. Afterwards, if he plays rook back, we can give here a check. And if rook goes there, we can capture with a checkmate, since knight and queen is attacking that. The other option is check, king there, a check, blocking, and a checkmate. So far so good. Here the reflex would be to move the rook away. However, it's an indirect pin here, the pawn. So let's say if we just move the knight and give a check, then he can't capture us, and that means we will win some time. Now, which knight move is better? If we go here, king goes there, so we don't have a lot here. On the other hand, when we follow the red arrows, we have here a check, the king goes there, and then suddenly we have a checkmate on h7 because the knight is also attacking this lonely pawn. Here, I guess we should capture the rook, that we have a discovery check afterwards, and that should be enough. Good. Yeah, here we have a checkmate in one move, since the queen is guarding everything and giving a check. Here we are a lot of material down, so either we give a checkmate or we are busted. So what I'm checking first is to give here a check. The king is forced to go here. Then we give a check here, the king has to go back. So we have for sure a draw because we can just give a check endlessly. Let me just check if we have something better, but I guess not really in this position. So we're just repeating moves, and that's how we can save a draw at the end of the day. Here we have a classical position of a tandem, queen and knight. So we can capture here with check, king has to go there, giving another check, king goes there, and delivering here a wonderful checkmate. That shows the strength of queen and knight combined. Here we have the long diagonal, and only here is a checkmate because this square here is defended by the knight. Okay, then here we can simply capture the rook. Do we have something better than that? Doesn't really look like it, so we just capture it. Now he has a double attack, but fortunately we can bring the bishop back to defend the knight. Yeah, here we can just make a second queen. He can't capture the queen because the queen is protected by another queen. Then here we see that here you would have a fork, a royal fork with queen and king, but here is the pawn and the rook defending that. So what we can do is we capture here first with the rook. If he recaptures, then suddenly there's no defender for e6 and we can win material. So capture, check, and winning the queen. Here we have the option with the knight in order to capture his knight or to give here a fork. The fork would be a terrible mistake, this one, because our rook is hanging and suddenly we just lose the game. So we can capture here, he has to recapture, and we capture here, and then it's kind of a back rank mate because this knight is guarding this square here. So that's that. Here we have a classical example of this deflection, it's called in English, which means if we capture the knight here and sacrificing our queen temporarily, we will win it back afterwards with a wonderful fork, and then we just win a knight at the end. And what we also have to calculate is, let's say if we capture here, he doesn't capture back with the queen, but he captures here, but then we have a wonderful checkmate here. So we can play that out. And then we make last one, I would say so, because afterwards 10 minutes are over. Here, our queen is attacked. So we have the option of giving a check. However, we also have the option of giving another fork, so it's really fork time, getting hungry slowly. So yeah, is it better when we go here? Not really. So I guess just knight here, and yeah, that's it. So yeah, we made 27. I also try to give a good explanation that you can follow it, and what is good, you can also slow down the clip in order to have more time for solving it. And yeah, with this amusement of Puzzle Rush, I wish you a wonderful weekend. Stay healthy and enjoy your own puzzle rushes. See you soon.